This particular topic is extremely popular and just completely miscellaneous. It seems like there's a lot of just mysterious information around it, and that is the topic of accents in your improvisation. How do we use them? When do we use them? How do we practice them? Luckily for you, Sterling Koza, one of the amazing jazz piano school educators we have here on staff, is going to be teaching you all about that topic. So get ready for that. There's some amazing notation and practice exercises associated with this lesson. Go to jazzpianoschool.com/podcast 334 to get access to those materials. My name is Brendan Lowe, creator and founder of Jazz Piano School. Don't forget to go to jazzpianoschool.com to check out all of the amazing free education we have there. And if you're looking to take some next steps and get more out of us, you can join our membership. There's many courses available, and we actually have live teaching programs available as well. With that being said, let's dive right in.
What's up, everybody? Sterling here with another podcast. Today we're talking about accents. This is something that bebop musicians from the 1940s and 1950s all had in common. Anyone who was coming from a swing background and wanted to play more lines that sounded like bebop, they had to get on board with this stylistic aspect of their playing. Spearheaded by Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie, playing with accents was something that changed the style of improvisation and updated it to sound more modern at the time. Now, we still have elements of bebop in jazz improvisation today, but it's something that's often overlooked or not talked about because we're usually more focused on, what scales to play, what chords to use, learning forms and learning more tunes. But you can use the tunes that you already know and the theory knowledge that you already may have, or even just you're playing by ear, but using what you already know how to do, but just changing this one simple element which can take your playing to the next level. So I'm going to show you a quick way to do that. We're going to start with a Charlie Parker tune, made famous. He would play this with Dizzy all the time, and it's called Scrapple from the Apple. So this is based on the chord changes to Honeysuckle Rose, but it almost sounds like an improvisation, the way that they play it. So I'm going to start by playing the melody with no accents, and you can get a sense for the difference once we add the accents back in later. So this is the melody just by itself. So pretty interesting melody. It's got a lot of contour, it's got some chromaticism, and it kind of sounds like bebop, right? But to really give it that extra pop, we're going to need to add some accents. It'd be like if we were having a conversation and someone's just talking in monotone and they don't really have any sort of dynamics, or, well, no dynamics at all, and there's no punctuation, there's no spaces, there's no accents. Pretty boring, right? So we need to add a little bit of pop, a little bit of flair, a little bit of pizzazz, some accents to our talking, with our articulation, to have more interest, more excitement, and really get, people to want to listen. So here's the same melody, and we're just going to add some accents. So pay attention to where we're adding the accents, and I'll explain after. So here is the melody, take two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, a lot more exciting, right? Hopefully more fun to listen to, and it sounds a lot more authentic, just the way that Bird or Diz would play this melody, back in the 1940s, 1950s. And still the way people play these melodies today, whether it's in a bebop style or a more modern style. So let's take a closer look at this melody. Where do we need to add these accents? Well, the easiest answer is adding them to all of the top notes of each of the phrases. So let's take a closer look. We're going to slow it down and listen for when the accent happens at the top of each of these phrases. So this is a really dynamic way of phrasing because you're not just accenting the offbeats, which a lot of people talk about accenting the offbeats, and that's very true. It's important to accent the offbeats, but when you accent the top note of each one of these phrases, it creates a lot of variety. It almost sounds like, you're taking a step, but then you change direction, and it keeps you on your toes, so to speak. So let's hear that again in real time, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the accents that we're really looking for in this bebop style. So I'm going to play a little bit more for you all and do a little bit of improvising. You can work through this entire melody, scrapple from the apple, and then I would recommend trying to create your own melodies in this style, with the bebop style. If you're not familiar with bebop language, that's okay. You can take another tune, you can learn this tune, but then take Honeysuckle Rose, for example. You can play that tune, which has a much more accessible melody, and then create your own solo, but try to emulate those accents, just like Charlie Parker would. So we're going to play a little bit of improv using a play along. Let me put this on at tempo. Let's see here. Kind of a nice medium swing. Let's try 144 beats per minute. So I'm going to play some of the melody and then do a little improvisation with accents to show you how you can accent the top notes of each one of these phrases. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's just a little bit of taste of how we can add those accents into our improvising. This is something you can work on over any bebop tune, or even if you're just playing a blues and want to add some bebop improvisation, just to throw in a little bit of flair, a little bit of flavor. So I hope that helps with your jazz piano journey, finding that authentic bebop style. So don't forget to practice using those accents. And if you want to grab some practice materials, you can find them in the description below. We'll have all the accents written out so you can take a closer look. So with that, I'll leave you, and happy practicing. See you next time.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to go to jazzpianoschool.com to check out all of our free, amazing education, all of the free podcast blogs. We do have a membership if you're looking to take a next step forward with us, get access to over 1,000 different jazz piano videos, playbooks, mini courses, a main course curriculum, success path, and so much more. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at support@jazzpianoschool.com. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy practicing.